Hello fellow YouTubers, this is YouTube Moses here for my movie review on Twilight. That's right, Twilight. Every fiber of my being wants to puke watching this again. And the first time that I did was a year ago for my 90 Films project. And that isn't up on my channel anymore because I don't know anyone that watches it. Anyways, this is about a teenage girl named Bella Swan who decides to move out to live with her father who's Magnum PI or something. And she goes to this new school where everyone there is happy-go-lucky and just flat-out irritating just to be funny around her. And then she eventually gets to know the Cullen family, who only comes by the school on cloudy days. I don't get why anyone figures out that they're vampires, but anyways, they normally come in packs, and they're either boyfriend or girlfriend or brother or sister. They're pretty much the same.
Rugsville can kiss my ass, ain't nothing but a bunch of local cousin fuckers cornholing the livestock.
Well, he's right there. Anyways, when Bella is saved by Edward from a speeding van, then she becomes curious about him along with his whole family and finds out that they're vampires, and she falls in love with Edward. And then it just goes through the steps for every typical romance movie until they got to this vampire fight, which isn't even worth watching it through. Now let me start with the acting. Kristen Stewart as Bella is just terrible. She's like those spoiled little brats that you wish that she should just die. I mean, she's so white in this movie that you can get her confused with another vampire or someone, and she's just those typical damsel in distress who might also be a crack addict. And Robert Pattinson as Edward, it seems like every line of dialogue he spoke was forced. And when I say that, I mean it's like he's constipated when he's acting. And I just find it to be creepy that a 170-year-old vampire is dating a 17-year-old girl. Just because the things he does, like he stalks around the night watching her, and even when they're getting to know each other, he just comes into her room and just stares at her the whole night. And he often does that a whole lot in this movie. Was that too creepy? Well, good, because that's what it was like to me. Now, Taylor Lautner as Jacob Black, he was alright, along with Anna Kendrick, who played one of Bella's friends, but she's an Oscar nominee for the movie Up in the Air, so it makes me wonder, why is she still continuing on with this series? My main problem about Twilight is that it's a soap opera targeted for teens. I mean, this is a vampire movie, for Christ's sakes. I want to see limbs being torn apart, blood all over the place. You would be better off watching True Blood or The Vampire Diaries. And Stephanie Myers, who wrote the series of books on this, got vampires all wrong. Like, for one thing, the Cullen family are said to be vegetarians, but there's a scene where you're seeing them eat a freaking deer. So what does it mean if they're lactose intolerant to blood? And there's even a scene where Edward steps into the sunlight and he doesn't burn up and explode. No, he just sparkles. And it looks so retarded to see that. And I'm sorry to the Twilight fans that are watching this, but it just doesn't sparkle with me. And one scene that made me want to cringe is when they're playing baseball in the rain.
Come on, that's a bunch of horse shit.
And if they're so damn good at the game with their powers, then why don't they just sign up for the MLB? I mean, Screw school.
I don't need this place. I don't need any of you. You're all dead to me.
The CGI used in this is just an eyesore to watch when the vampires are using their powers. For example, when we see Edward run, it looks as if he's running on a treadmill, and the vampires use it a lot during very unnecessary scenes. The first Twilight movie is directed by Catherine Hardwicke, who directed 13 and the new upcoming Red Riding Hood movie, and God, I hate to see how the werewolves are going to turn out in this one. One more thing, and I thought this could have been done better, was the editing. Like, they could have cut it down to less than 2 hours. I mean, I swear that this was edited by somebody else through most parts of it. In conclusion, Twilight, along with the rest of the series, is a sign of the movie apocalypse. Any average person would stop watching this shit fiasco halfway through. But once again, I managed to get through the end, thanks to emulator games and Red Bull. And it basically failed at every aspect of it, except for cinematography, which most of it was just wonderful, and I can't believe it's wasted on this film. I mean, don't even bother trying to pretend to like this to get laid, because I tried it, and it didn't work. Out of 5, I give it half a star out of 5. Not even with unfolding my whole finger. Now, for special features. We have extended scenes, audio commentary by director and actors, plus music videos by Muse, Paramore, and, believe it or not, Linkin Park. And to conclude also, Stephanie Myers, you ruined vampires for all eternity. And you're wondering, why did I rent this? So I can do this. Battle. So that's all for my review. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back later. Until then, this is Yuto Moses, signing out.